My name's Pinky Nelson. I was Mission Specialist number 3 on STS-26. Being an astronaut is a combination of the 3 things I like to do most. You have to be athletic, you're challenged intellectually, and you get to fly. What more could you ask for?
My name is Mike Lounge. I'm a Mission Specialist astronaut. There's no such thing as a routine ride on a rocket.
I'm Captain Rick Hauk, U.S. Navy. I was the commander of the Discovery flight. As the commander, I have overall responsibility for the safety in flight and the success of the mission.
My name's Dave Hilmers. I was a mission specialist on the flight of Discovery.
I'm Colonel Dick Covey, United States Air Force. On the flight of Discovery, STS-26, I was the pilot. Those early pioneering days of manned spaceflight, the Mercury program, the Gemini program, those are really the building stones to our adventure of landing on the moon, but they also set the precedent for how we were going to eventually send more men and women into space.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal, before this decade is out, of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth.
Tremendous. Find your way back to home. 0G and I feel fine. Find your way back. Find your way back to home. Find your way back to home. Find your way back. Find your way back to
I think the Challenger accident was really devastating to the agency, to NASA. And we had to rebuild. We not only had to fix the problem on the solid rocket that caused the Challenger accident, but we had to rebuild our confidence.
I had some very good friends on that crew, going back a lot of years. I think the indelible contribution they made is to remind us all that we can't take things for granted.
When the Challenger exploded, we lost 7 of our dear friends. We won't forget them. If we could read their minds, I know what they would want, and that would be for us to continue the effort of exploring space. And when we go up, we are continuing their journey.
It used to seem to me that my life ran on too fast, and I had to take it slowly just to make the good parts last. But when you're born to run, it's so hard to just slow down. So don't be surprised to see me back in the bright part of town. I'll be back in the high life again. All the doors I closed one time will open up again. I'll be back in the high life again. All the eyes that watched me once will smile and take me in. And drink and dance with one hand free. Let the world back into me. And know I'll be a sight to see. Back in the high life again.
The main job of an astronaut is to fly in space, and with the program grounded for 2 years, it was a frustrating time for all of us. There was a lot of work to be done and a lot of good engineering and good thinking to be done over that time, so the time was well spent, but it was frustrating for all of us.
You used to be the best to make life be life to me. And I hope that you're still out there and you're like you used to be. We'll have ourselves a time and we'll dance the morning sun. And we'll let the good times come in and we won't stop till we're done. We'll be back in the high life again. All the doors I closed one time will open up again. We'll be back in the high life again. All the eyes that watched us once will smile and take us in. And we'll drink and dance with one hand free and have the world so easily. You know we'll be a sight to see. Back in the high life again. High life. High life. In the high life again.
It was going to be 2.5 years from the last flight. A lot of things changed, and we really, as a crew, from the crew standpoint, need to set the tone for what our future flights would be. Of course, this wasn't the flight, this was the first of many flights.
We'll be back in the high life again. All the doors I closed one time will open up again. We'll be back in the high life again. All the eyes that watched us once will smile and take us in. And we'll drink and dance with one hand free and have the world so easily. You know we'll be a sight to see. Back in the high life again.
The key to success is having the long-term dedication to solve today's problems, to stop if you have to and say, we're not going to do any more until we understand this, and then we're going to go on. That's the kind of dedication and long-term focus that's required.
Members of the Challenger crew were all good friends of mine, some very close. I know that what they would have wanted out of our space program after their accident was to step right up to the challenge and to do what they were trying to do, which is to further our knowledge of space, to continue to develop our presence in space, and to do those things that our country is so very good at doing, which is our manned spaceflight program.
Space Shuttle is really built to be a shuttle. It's meant to go up into space on short missions, carry human beings, cargo, up into space, and then come back. It's a cargo bus. In the mid-1990s, we hope to have built the U.S. space station Freedom. It will be a place where 8 people, Americans and our international partners, can work continuously on orbit. We expect that there'll be 8 people up there at a time working 3 months, maybe up to 6 months. The Russians are just completing a 1-year stay on orbit for 2 of their cosmonauts. We know that can be done. But the space station will give us a place to get some real continuity, some real efficiency out of working in space. We can use it as a laboratory for zero gravity work. We can use it to look down at the Earth. We can use it to look up at the heavens. Eventually, perhaps we can use it as a staging base for a revisit to the moon, or perhaps a manned visit to Mars.
Right now we're in a facility that we use to do some of our training in. This is a full-scale mock-up of the Space Shuttle payload bay. This is really the business end of this space truck, 60 feet long, 15 feet wide, designed to carry about 30 tons worth of hardware, which gets bolted in here, and then the doors, of course, are closed over it. And this is where the satellites or space station modules or whatever it is that we're carrying into space on a given flight rides in here. And we'll manipulate it to whatever purpose we have by, for instance, this big robot arm that flies along the port side, and we can control that from the aft flight deck and use that arm as a robot to grab things, maneuver things around, repair things as necessary. NASA has a very ambitious future outlined for the rest of this century and on into the next. I hope to be a part of that. In the short term, I'm working, helping with space station design. We hope to have a space station fully operational by the mid-1990s, and I would very much like to help build that.
came time to select a crew for the first mission after the Challenger accident, there were a lot of hands in our office that were raised as volunteers. I felt very fortunate to be selected by our bosses to be a part of this historic crew.
There's risk you can't get away from, residual risk that no amount of caution, short of never flying, can save you from. And I decided in my own mind that that risk was worth it.
Well, aviation has been kind of a continuous stream over the course of this century. I think one advance follows another, and certainly we walk in the footsteps of the giants like the Wright brothers and Chuck Yeager and all the other folks who went before us.
Got your money tail, dead in the right. You miss that woman, the crooked smile. You got to go, but you feel love is a dangerous thing. Like it's the ocean.
I guess I grew up in junior high and high school watching the early Mercury launches, Alan Shepard, John Glenn, and that looked like really an exciting, challenging, important thing to do.
It's mountain high, river deep, right stop. Got your pearls on string, your skin's so red. Over your shoulder, the world out there. You got the nerve.
The early space program had many setbacks. Fortunately, in the Mercury and Gemini programs, we didn't lose anybody. We had some close calls.
Heart to beat, right stop. It's mountain high, river deep, right stop.
Here is a bulletin from ABC News. The Apollo 13 spacecraft has had a serious power supply malfunction that could cause the lunar landing mission to be terminated early.
So it goes without saying, creeping up the night. Lying woman, the crew can smile. You got the nerve, gonna win. Boy, playing with the dangerous thing. Nature's fire, hard to beat, the right stuff. It's mountain high, river deep, right stuff.
The flight of Discovery was truly just the beginning of a new era of American manned spaceflight. The real success of our program will depend upon how well we're able to fly many space shuttle flights over the next several years, and then how we're able to use the space shuttle to build our space station.
To prepare your mind for a mission, you practice for up to a year, going over all the procedures until you've essentially memorized everything that you have to do and are confident that you can respond to any situation.
The way we prepare for these flights to handle the pressure is really to train and overtrain. By the time launch day comes, you're so familiar with the flight plan and everything you have to do that you really get tunnel vision.
Flying in space is a joy. There are two things that I think contribute to that, really. Well, three. First, it's a beautiful sight to look down and see the Earth. It's just gorgeous. The beautiful hues, the blues, the browns, the greens. Secondly, floating in space. I can take my index finger, push very lightly, and float very, very slowly over to the other side. And number three, I think it's really wonderful to be able to represent the country on a project that is really so important to our future. It's very satisfying.
The most delightful part of any space flight is when you get the chance to put a spacesuit on, open the door, and actually take your body outside the spaceship into space. And even more than that is to get the opportunity to strap a little rocket onto your back and become your own satellite, fly away from the space shuttle, and put yourself in orbit around the Earth. It's an incredible experience.
The actual moment of launch is something that is unlike anything I've ever experienced elsewhere. You see and feel and hear this terrific force behind you, and there's no doubt in your mind that you're going to go somewhere now, and you're going to go very quickly.
Living with my eyes closed, going day to day. I never knew the difference. I never cared either way. Looking for a reason, searching for a sign, reaching out with both hands. Gotta feel the kick inside. Ain't nobody living in a perfect world. Everybody's out there crying to be heard. And I got a new fire burning in my eyes, lighting up the darkness, moving like a meteorite. Oh, finally, there comes a time. Everything just falls in love. And learn from all mistakes. I believe there comes a time when everything just falls in line. We live and learn from our mistakes. The deepest cuts are healed by faith. I believe there comes a time when everything just falls in line. We live and learn from our mistakes. The deepest cuts are healed by faith. Now I believe there comes a time when everything just falls in line. We live and learn from our mistakes. The deepest cuts are healed by faith.
Okay, don't press control. Houston, Discovery now less than 500 feet from West Star.
I'll read you the steps if you need them, Joe. Oh, wow, look at that satellite. Oh. Going for toggle. Hey, toggle, they got it. Cycle downtown. Hey, cycle, plug in a good pack. Hey, cycle with cycle power. Off, back on.
Coming back to Earth from space is always a bittersweet experience. We would like to stay up as long as we could, but we understand that when the mission's complete, we've got to bring the spacecraft back so someone else can use it. It's a beautiful sight coming back, a very gentle ride on your body, but just a spectacular light show out the top. And it's a great feeling to touch down on a runway and roll to a stop to have a successful mission completed.
For me, this won't be the last mission. I'm going to fly again. I want to fly again as soon as possible.
I remember waking up one night after not being able to sleep very well and just floating up and looking down at the beautiful Earth from that unique perspective and thinking, what a strange place for a kid from the plains of Colorado to end up. How did I get here?
We are going forward. We're taking the country back into manned spaceflight, that great frontier. America was built on the frontier spirit, and I'm glad to see that everywhere we go, the people that we talk to, when you talk to them about flying in space, they're enthusiastic, they smile, they want you to tell them about floating, they want you to tell them about looking down at the Earth, and there's this enthusiasm that is infectious, and it just tells me that this program is very good for the country. We're headed in the right direction, and we are looking forward to nothing but good things in the future.